You don't bully a 16 or almost 17-year-old.
But the thing is, no one knows how he actually treats his clients. So
yeah, he treats his clients terribly.
So it looks like he's just the nice camera guy.
So you were never really our family. You were just here for a paycheck.
He's just like a nasty person, and like the things he told me, it's extremely unprofessional and made me feel really uncomfortable.
And we had a meeting, and the whole time he was legit just like yelling at me, saying that like he made me and all these things, and like that he hates YouTube and hates working on YouTube and all that.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna be doing a video on the whole situation that all of you guys have been wanting me to address. I wasn't gonna make this video when all of this came out and you guys were starting to like hear about it. I was gonna make a video, like I literally sat down and I filmed a whole video, but then my mom was like, let's just not like address this, like let's like keep it classy, let's just not like address any of the drama or anything. And we thought it would pass, and literally every day I was like, I want to make a video, I want to make a video, I want to make a video, like so bad. And then finally my mom was like, okay, I think you should make the video. And then we all sat down and thought about it, and I was like, maybe I should make the video. And then I'm here now making the video. I'm doing this video now because I want you guys to know the truth about everything. Like literally, Christian didn't even get fired. And then also a lot of you guys were saying like you felt betrayed by me, and like you felt I wasn't like being honest with you guys, and that I was hiding stuff from you guys. And it wasn't that at all. Like literally, I just didn't want to address it because I don't feel like I'm not the type of person to like go online and say a bunch of bad things about someone, even if they're true. Like I'd just rather just not even bother like putting someone down. And the video that he put out was completely untrue. I'm here to answer all your questions, and I'm here to tell the truth. And we realized that we weren't just being affected by his video. It was like everyone around us, all the people on our team, everyone associated with us. I honestly just want to like put a stop to like you guys believing his lies. And his video was like really manipulative, and a lot of the stuff he said in it isn't even true. So I'm just here to clear all that up, and let's get started. So basically, to start from the beginning, I had my Dr. Phil episode. Christian saw that, and he saw my YouTube channel that I made after the Dr. Phil episode. And then he ended up reaching out to my mom. And so we had a meeting, and then he was saying that he wants to like film and edit for us and everything. And so we were like, sure, like why not? And we hired him, and right off the bat when we hired him, we didn't know like how much to pay videographers for YouTube and all that because I was like very new to this. We literally paid him exactly what he asked for, and it was like a very good amount. And just to make something very clear, the GoPros, the cameras, the trips and everything were paid for by us. And even though we were paying him exactly what he wanted, we still gave him the flexibility to go work with anyone. If he was like, oh, I have to do this other shoot this day, we were like, okay, like we won't film that day. So we gave him a very flexible schedule so that he could do any other jobs he wanted. And also he suggested that he should be on camera, and a lot of like other people in the space, like a lot of other YouTubers would never allow that to happen, and now I see why. Most of the time you just pay like your cameraman or producer or whatever, and you just pay them to like make the videos, and they're not really in the content. But we let it happen. He suggested it, we were like, okay, and we made a whole reveal video for him and everything. And we honestly opened our arms to him, like we put a lot of trust into him. We like took his lead with some stuff, and we really thought he was family. Now we're honestly gonna get into the tea. So we really thought Christian was family and like put a lot of trust in him and everything. And then all of a sudden this one day we were like filming at the house, and we were in the living room, and then we were all like on our phones, and we found Tamara's Dr. Phil episode. If you guys don't know Tamara, I made a lot of videos about her. Like I called her my copycat and everything. Check those out if you haven't. But basically she went on Dr. Phil, and we were looking at her episode, and I was like taken back a little bit. I was like, wait, like she's literally saying like all the same things as me and everything. And we were all looking at it, and we were like, oh my God, like she's literally like my copycat. We were just all laughing about it. And then Christian pulls up his phone, and he's like, oh my God, like look, I got this email from her. And he showed us the email, and she was basically just saying like, hey, like I've seen your videos with Nicolette, can you film for me? And then so we were laughing about it because we were just like, oh my God. We said she was like my copycat from the Dr. Phil episode, but then she literally tried to get the same cameraman as me. So we just thought it was funny. And then Christian was like, oh my God, don't worry, like I'd never film for her. And he was like, she's literally like trying to like copy you, and you guys are family, like I'm not gonna like go film with her. And then so a few days later, after this whole thing happened, basically he calls me, and I pick up the phone, and I was like, hey, what's up? He proceeded to tell me that he was going to start like filming for her, and I was like, what? Like I was just so confused. I was like, what is going on? But then I just let it go, and then I called my mom, and I'm like, he literally just said this to me, like what is going on? Why would he film for her? And then my mom got mad. She like texted him And she was like, why would you do that? Like, we're literally family and we feel betrayed because you did that, because you're literally gonna go film for someone who's trying to copy me. And then it got really confusing when a day later he called me and he was being like, okay, so like, is there anyone around? Like, are you like by yourself? And I was like, yeah, I'm just in my car. And then he was like, okay, so like, don't tell your mom or anything, but this whole thing was supposed to be a prank. It's supposed to be a I'm quitting prank. I was like, why are you telling me this? Like, if you're gonna prank us, just prank us. So one, like, I felt like it wasn't true. And that was obviously a lie just to cover his tracks. And then after that, we just let it go and we just filmed with him like we normally did. But then a week later, we get this email from a fan basically saying that they saw Christian go into her building to meet with her. He said that he just had a phone call with her, but then now we are finding out that they had an actual meeting. And then I ended up asking him about it, and he was just like, oh yeah, like, I just didn't tell you guys that I had a meeting with her. And unlike Christian, I am not just gonna speak for other people and not let them speak for themselves. So I literally invited Tamara here to share her side of the story. I invited her here because I want her to share her side, because I'm so confused. I heard so many things from you guys, from Christian, and then from her. And I just wanna get to the bottom of it and know the truth from all of it and have her explain it. And you know, we've had some beef in the past, but I can't wait to meet her, low-key. Like, okay guys, so Tamara is here now. Thank you for coming and everything. So we're just gonna get started with the whole thing. So, okay, so tell me like how you guys started talking about filming, how like the meeting went and everything. Just tell us everything.
Okay, so first I reached out to Christian to come film with me and have photo shoots. He said he was available, and he set up the next day to come over to discuss everything and what I was looking for. So the day came, he came over. He said he specifically wanted to work with me because he loved my personality, and he also commented on my appearance, and he said that because I'm pretty, I'm not being narcissistic. That's what he said. He said because of that, people will like to watch your content, because he said even if people's videos are boring, people like to look at pretty people. That's just what he said. It has nothing from me. Like, that's literally his words.
Literally when we had our meeting, like he said like the same stuff. And like he said like he doesn't work with many people, but like
that's what he
literally
told me.
yeah.
So he made me feel so
He was like, I don't work with many people, but like I never work with any YouTubers especially, but like you guys like.
Yes, he said that he declined like a $10,000 like one-day photo shoot or like a video shoot just to work with me. But then 5 hours later, I receive a text saying that he has travel plans and then he can't work with me.
That was because he told us and the whole thing happened.
Another thing.
Yeah.
Christian literally spoke on speaker with Nicolette and her mom Nina, discussing what they'll be filming next, what they're doing, like where they are in front of me. And it was the first time he met me. So like I heard all of their conversation. Like it could have been a stranger and like information that
like
someone doesn't
like
want to know.
A speaker phone call.
It was right in front of me, like a speaker phone call with everything you were saying.
Yeah, that's like very unprofessional. What he told me was like different. Like he told me that when he realized we were weren't happy with that. He said that he was filming a video, like he said that he was filming a I'm quitting prank for the channel. Like he was saying that he pretended that he had a meeting with you and pretended that he was gonna film with you, like to us, so that the next day he would come to the house and be like, I'm quitting, I'm actually going to work for Tamara, like for a prank.
Yeah, like what he told me was completely different. It wasn't a I'm quitting prank. It was a prank of us filming together and us like collaborating, because I didn't even have a channel at that time.
Yeah,
I
didn't even agree to like collabs or anything. Like why would he be even like saying that?
He already said that I'll be in a lot of your videos before you agreed.
Yeah, literally, I didn't even agree to that, and then so he's making you promises that like I didn't even agree to yet.
Another thing, he said that you have no part in your videos and that everything that you do is because of him. Like all his ideas, he tells you what to say. He like you do what he says, and that's why you're successful.
No, literally, and that's not true at all. Like he filmed and edited for me, but like
that's what he also said.
That's like he's also saying that like he made me and all that stuff in his videos, and like that's not true. Like did he get me on Dr. Phil? Like no, he didn't. Obviously, he would like produce the videos. Like I was paying him to produce, like he would like give me a direction, but I like a lot of things I said and all that were like my own, like were what I came up with myself. Like it's literally just me being me. And
another thing. Okay, this is the best. So he said that the only reason that your merch was selling was because he came in to your videos after your first stylist, Christian, who also reached out to me.
What?
Then he came in and made you like a nice personality, like on YouTube. Like he like changed you, like
the
you
personality,
became like less of a brat.
No, the personality that's like online is me. Like that is like me. That's not like a person that Christian created. That's just a person that he captured on video.
He just said everything you're doing is his idea. Like you're like a robot following him. And that's,
like that.
He said he'll do that for me and that'll help me grow. He said like literally everything you say, all your ideas, your personality, like everything on YouTube, like he does it all for you.
Yeah, like he always acted like literally like he owned me, and like that sucks. And even if you were to like work with him and you created like your personality and all that before him, and he would probably be like, I made her. And I think as someone that's working for me, like you shouldn't be doing that. What if you were paying him all this money and he was working for you and then he came to my house and like said all that stuff? That's so wrong. Like you should not be doing that. And that's why we all just kind of lost trust in him, because we realized the true person that he was. Yeah, that like he shouldn't be doing that, and he shouldn't be having the speakerphone call and even like lying about having meetings with you in the first place.
Exactly. My Instagram is flooded with messages of fans, mine, yours, Christian's, I guess, if he has fans, and then saying that I should work with him now because he doesn't work with Nicolette. But the thing is, no one knows how he actually treats his clients. So
yeah, he treats his clients terribly.
So it looks like he's just the nice camera guy who does the best for everyone, and then no one knows what's behind it, and that's why Nicolette is getting a lot of hate, and that's why I'm receiving messages to work with him. But honestly,
yeah, and you're like, I don't want to work with him.
Even if he paid me, like I probably wouldn't want to work with him because he's just like a nasty person, and like the things he told me, it's extremely unprofessional and made me feel really uncomfortable.
Before like even show more to me, like I'm so sorry that someone like on my team said that to you.
It's okay. It's
like,
not your fault.
Yeah, and I didn't even know about it. And also he's like a 26-year-old man saying that to, you're 18 now, right? But you were 17. Yeah, like he was saying that to a 17-year-old girl. Like you shouldn't be doing that.
I just turned 18 a week ago.
Yeah, so at the time you were 17. Like
exactly. Underage.
Yeah, you shouldn't be saying that to a young girl. I had a similar experience. Like he wouldn't legit like send me DMs like that, but he would just be like really rude to me, and like he's not a nice person to his clients at all.
Just the fact for like someone who works for an influencer just to say I completely made them, like it's because of me, like their personality is all mine, then why don't you have the same results? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like he would have the same results as you if it was all coming from him. He just helped you, but he didn't make
exactly.
Okay, this message was sent to a fan page.
No, from a fan page of mine to me.
Okay, so this was
I have the whole.
So this was with him and a fan page.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He was talking to so many fan pages. Like, why would you just like message them these things? And then they screenshotted it.
Not to mention, my wife is about 100 times hotter than crazy psycho Tamara can ever be. Like, Tamara needs a glam squad to fix her face. Why is he saying this? Like, I would like.
Why is he comparing me to a grown woman when I'm underage? And why is he? Why is he calling me
about that?
Hotter or not? Like that's just you don't say that.
You shouldn't say that. I wouldn't like want him to say this to anyone. Not even if they were my worst enemy.
Not even if they're of age. That's like
literally. Like you shouldn't, and especially to a young girl. Like you should not be saying this.
You know what? Can I come in?
Come in, join us.
Okay. Hi everybody. I've been sitting on the side, but I just can't take this anymore. This is when you guys know I'm an independent woman, and you guys know how I feel, and this is not right. Let me just take it back to when he said that he made you. I made her. If anyone can claim that, I'm gonna put her picture up there, and underneath he put, I made her. But just to let you guys know, is I've taught both my girls to be independent young ladies. Look at Nicolette with her career, with everything. She works really hard. If anybody made her, it's herself. I'm all for women and women, like empowering other women, because there's so much hate on women in this world anyways. And I got that when I was growing up. And I said to myself, I'm gonna make sure I'm an independent, smart woman on my own. And when I had my two girls, I made that promise that I was gonna do that, you know? And no man, no grown man should ever say that to a minor.
Whatever makes you feel good. You actually did come up
to this is the one I was looking for. He said, you're pathetic, go take your meds. That's the one I was looking for.
What the hell?
He said, go take your meds.
And you were 17 at
that?
this time.
Yes. I'm technically still, I'm freshly 18, like days.
No, I think I remember. This was after, like, I saw you at Barney's, because I remember the next day he sent you these messages, and then you posted them on your story, I think, and then someone came up to me and they told me, and I was like, why is he doing that? Like, that's literally, like, making all of us look bad, and he shouldn't be doing that to you.
Because I wouldn't message him
Like, even
first.
then.
I would never message him first. Like, if I don't like someone, I just won't talk to them. I'll never text them first. I'll never call them. I'll never reach out to them. He kept messaging me, and then he would, like, have these, this 30-year-old would have these conversations with my fan pages. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
That's so immature and weird.
Yeah, very immature, and, like, and unprofessional. Okay, so, like, I just want to say, like, I'm so sorry that someone, like, on my team did that to you. Like, nobody should be saying that to anyone, and, like, I'm very sorry.
My apologies to you as well, because he was part of our team, and we're so sorry. Nobody should ever treat you, a woman, a young girl, 17-year-old like that.
Or a boy like that,
Or a boy. No one should treat anybody like that, and we apologize. We're sorry tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So, yeah, like, thank you for coming, and I know we had our beef in the past, but now, like, I just want it to be all about, like, you know, all of us girls, like, empowering each other and all that, and no one putting anyone down. And,
No.
Yeah, and thank you so much for coming. Like, I appreciate it.
Thank you
We
for having
appreciate
me.
it.
Yes.
Girl power.
Girl power, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Tamara just left, and I have my mom here now, and she's gonna explain her side of that story, so go ahead.
Let me start by saying this. Christian, we thought of Christian as family. I thought of him as sort of almost like the son I never had. My girls thought of him as the brother they never had. The bond between Blair and Christian was so tight. They used to laugh together, eat the same snacks, and I always thought that was so nice. I was like, finally, like, wow, it's so nice. We helped him with his YouTube channel. We helped him with his Instagram. Most of YouTube, they never bring their camera person on. But we, since he was family to us and we felt that close bond, I mean, we traveled together places. We did so many things together. We thought of each other as family. I trusted him 100% behind the camera until one day Nicolette called me and said that Mommy Christian is going to go film with Tamara, the Beverly Hills Princess. And I said, what? And she was crying her eyes out. I still remember till this day because I was at work. And when Nicolette never calls me at work, when she calls me out, because she knows I'm with patients, when you call me at work, I know it's an emergency. So I pick it up right away. And I said, what? That can't even happen. Why? Because we were at the house a few days before that, right? And then he got a DM from her and he said, oh, ha, 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 look, the Beverly Hills Princess DM'd me. And I'm like, you're not going to answer it back, are you? And he's like, no, not at all. And then I don't know when, but in the next day or two, he ended up at her apartment and told her that he was going to shoot for videos and whatnot. I got so upset after that because it's as if like a family member sort of stabbed me in the heart. Like, I considered Christian family. When someone's behind the camera and capturing every bit of your life, every single moment of your life and your two little girls, you have to really be able to trust that person. And I told him day one, you're in. And I considered him like us. It was the four of us, you know? Anyways, when I found out about that, it was just, my heart was broken. I texted him right away. I said, Christian, why would you do that? I said, I thought we're family. We're friends. We are the four of us going. And at that point, we were pitching a reality show. I think we have years of working together. Why would you do this to us? Not just to Nicolette, but to me and Blair. At that moment, it's like my heart dropped. I tried to console her, and then afterwards, I was like, oh my God, how do I console myself? I just felt like I lost all the trust. And that was the beginning of the end. After that, I didn't feel comfortable filming with him. After that, Blair didn't feel comfortable working with him. And if you guys notice that after that, Blair started falling out of the videos one by one. She just didn't feel comfortable. She felt betrayed, you know? I didn't feel comfortable, and I was really sad.
And then now I'm gonna talk into like why we stopped working together the first time, because as you know, we stopped working together one time and then we hired him again, but then now we're officially like not working together. But the first time, all that happened, but then it was all fine. And then after that, everyone was just kind of getting really burnt out. And besides that, like he wanted to just work with us on the channel and then get a reality show off of it. And then once the sizzle reel was out and it was taking longer than expected, then he kind of just like backed off the channel. Like it was like, he was like, oh, we're not getting a reality show, like I don't care anymore. Like he stopped putting effort in the videos. He was showing up like 2 hours late without saying anything, like things like that.
There were times that I was so upset, like he would be holding the camera like this and
be on his phone.
And be on his phone, exactly, texting the whole time. And I was like, Christian, you're not dedicated to this anymore. If you don't want to do this, let us know.
Yeah, and then Christian went out of town and while he was out of town, like we posted 2 videos, and 2 of them were just like really bad. Like they were terrible, and the editing was bad. Like the audio was cut out of one, and then on the second one, the outro was completely cut out, and just the content wasn't good. And those were even like filmed by him. Yeah, like I felt like, I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like he was kind of like sabotaging my channel. And then so I ended up like changing my passwords because I was like, oh my god, like what? And then so we were just really confused about the videos that were like sabotaged, I guess. I don't know what it was, but yeah. And then I remember he came in after he like came back from out of town, and we had a meeting, and the whole time he was legit just like yelling at me, saying that like he made me and all these things, and like that he hates YouTube and hates working on YouTube and all that. And after that, I was just like, I don't want to like work with you. Like I don't know. Like I was just like, he was just like being so mean to me, and like he was just
bullying you.
And like I remember this new producer that I was like trying to work with was here sitting at the table while all that happened, and she was literally recording like the convo because she noticed like how bad he was treating me and literally like yelling at me, and she was like, how do you let someone treat you like that?
Yeah.
And he was like, you're too overconfident. Like, I literally made you. Like, how, like, why are you even, like, confident? And then, so I just didn't want to film with him after that because I was literally, like, uncomfortable. And that day when we ended up talking to each other, like, he literally came to, like, film that day. But, like, I was just, like, so upset after that. I was so taken back. Like, I was like, I'm not filming today. And then, so, he went home. And then after that, I was like, I don't want to film with him. I'm just going to, like, film with the new videographer, I guess. And then I would film with the new videographer and then still send it to Christian's editing team, and then they would edit it and then send it back. And we still had Christian hired as an advisor, like we were paying him. And even when he made the video about leaving the first time, like that's when we were still paying him as an advisor. And so we were doing that, and then I would make the videos with the new videographer, send it to his editing team, and then he was supposed to advise it and then send it back. And while that was happening, a lot of you guys were commenting saying that you hate the new editing and you hate the new editors and you hate my new team and all that. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to work with Christian, but my followers don't want me to work with like these new people. And then you guys were commenting about all the editing and all that, and that was literally Christian's editing team.
The majority of the videos were his editing.
Yeah, and then I remember the majority of the videos were his editors editing, and then I remember one video was edited by a new editor that I brought on. It was like a reaction to Tomorrow, like part 2. That one was edited like really well, and like
people love that video.
And the reason I brought on the new editors was because Christian's editing team was like messing up. And they were sending the videos. I remember like I had to post at 3 p.m. and they were sending them at 2:45 when it takes like an hour to upload.
Yeah, exactly. There was
like it was like that the whole time when we were working together.
He would show up like 2-3 hours late, and I would take off dental days.
And then at the same time, when like he was sending me my videos so late for me to post, like he was posting videos on his channel on time, and I was like, are you like editing your videos and not editing mine?
It's like, it was such an unprofessional environment because I have to take, you guys know I'm in dental, so I have to take days off for filming, and filming takes like the whole day. And he would say he'd be at the house at noon. It's 3:30.
Yeah, it would be 3, and he would like just get here, and she like literally took off her day of dental
I'm like,
for that.
I took off a whole day of patience, which it's gonna make my life harder next week because of that. So if we're gonna start at 3:30, let me do a day of dental, and then let's start filming at 5 or 6 when I get off from work.
And then we would always try to make him edit the videos in advance, but it just wouldn't work. And like I would have sponsored videos that I would need like a week before they went up. And we would give him so much time to edit them, but him and his editing team like would send them like 3 days late. Like we would be like, we need the video on April 19th, and they would send it like April 23rd, and being like, we're sending it in 2 hours. We're sending it in 2 hours for like 3 days, and it was just a very unprofessional environment. And then so that's why we had him just be an advisor instead, and we were using his editing team. But then his editing team was messing up all my stuff, and it was just a whole mess. And then we ended up rehiring him, and I don't know why we did that.
I know why you did that.
Well, I did it because of all like the comments and everything, and I just wanted to like make all my like followers happy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She loves you guys so much. We all actually do. We're thankful for each and every one of you. And I know Nicolette, she cares for each and every one of you so much. She would come in my room at night and be so upset that she's upsetting you guys. Literally. And she was like, that's it. And that was the reason you brought him back. And I was dead set against it. And I said, no, you remember that. I said, no, not at all, because I saw how he was treating Nicolette, and it wasn't right. You don't bully, you were 16 at the time, I believe. You don't bully a 16 or almost 17-year-old. You don't treat them and you don't tell my child that they made you or they gave you the confidence. I did all that. No, seriously. It's all been me. I've been mom, dad, everything. No, but you don't do that. And I would notice Nicolette on filming days with Christian. Towards the end, she would get edgy. She'd fight with me a lot. Like, he would cause a lot of fights in between us. She brought him back for you guys, to make you guys happy. And that was the number one reason. And I went along with it ultimately because I love you guys too. I love you. I'm your number one fan, and I love you guys, and I hated seeing you guys unhappy. So eventually, after saying no, I went along with it.
And then so after all of that, we brought him back, and it was like fine, but it wasn't the same as before, obviously. And I was just literally filming just so like you guys would be happy, but I wasn't even having fun. Like, I would film and like want to get it over with immediately. Like, I would start filming and I would be like, how can we get this done the fastest? And then the dynamic was just off. Like, I would film with him because obviously like it's my channel, but then my mom and Blair wouldn't want to film because they didn't want to like film with him because it was just like weird. And then you guys saw like they were barely even in the videos. And then there was this whole situation with this video that we filmed, and it was the like,
my mom has a strong
my
addiction, the
mom has a boomerang addiction or something. And do you want to like explain your side of the story with that?
Yes, and I do have a boomerang addiction, and I'm proud of it. So my side of the story is this. So we did the video for Nicolette's channel, and you guys know I have my own channel now. And next thing I know, I believe after you uploaded your video, Christian had done a behind the scenes of that video, and he uploaded it with a thumbnail of my picture. I looked like I was in a straitjacket on the thumbnail saying Nina has a serious problem. And I never gave him permission to do that. If he would have asked me, I would have been like, well, probably not, most likely 100% not that thumbnail, because I look crazy in the thumbnail and I don't want to look crazy, and I don't like the Nina has a serious problem. So I contacted him immediately, and I said, I believe this was a group text, and I said, Christian, you need to take that video down right away. I never gave you permission to use my picture as a thumbnail or to do the behind the scenes on your channel. And he got upset. He's like, well, will you do a swipe up for my channel, this and that? And I said,
here, let me pull up the text.
Yeah, pull up the text. Let's read it carefully. I was very upset. I was like, I never gave you permission. And this is when he and I are not on really good terms because of everything that was happening. My manager sent him a cease and desist to take that video down. So the cease and desist that he is talking about is regarding the upload of that video that he had to take down. I said, Christian, you need to remove the video of me on your channel. I never gave you permission to upload it, not my picture, and my manager saw it and called me right away to have it removed. And by the way, we have managers because they look out for our best interest for us, and that's when my manager saw it and he was like, this needs to be removed right away. And I said, I expect it to be removed ASAP. I agreed to film for Nicolette's channel, but never yours. Thank you. And then he went on saying, why is there an issue with it? I'm confused. And then I said, my manager's going to call you. I'm at work, and he's very upset and wants him down. And so my manager actually called him, and he was very polite. And he said, Christian, you need to remove this. This is not good for my client. And Christian hung up on him, just to let you guys know. So anyways, I didn't like any of it, and I didn't give him permission. If someone's going to upload something of me on their channel, someone who is filming for your channel should ask permission. I think that's just professional. And I would have to run it by my manager and say, is this okay or not? That's what we have managers for. And then so it went on. Should I read all of this? Okay, so this is what Christian's saying. Okay, so since me filming with you is such a huge issue for some reason, tell your manager I will no longer film you in any way for any channel. I will no longer work with you and will not work with Nicolette if you're involved since you have an issue. And then he said, great, looking forward to speaking with him, thumbs up. So Jonathan, any scheduled videos with Nina, we can bring in another videographer and other editor.
So he literally told us to bring in new people.
Exactly. And let me see, and other editor. Any videos we have planned with Nicolette's mom, let's take her out. I won't film as long as she's involved, and I won't edit anything she's in. I'd rather not associate myself or my company with her. Won't be a problem though, since some of our highest viewed videos are ones without her. Quotation, shopping challenge, worst hairdresser, buying my sister everything she wants, back to school, the list goes up. Talk to you guys soon. And then after that, he put wrong group chat with a happy smiley face.
And in the end of the day, that's so like unprofessional. Like you shouldn't be talking like that.
Extremely
I didn't even see
unprofessional.
these texts till recently. And
Really?
this is just like, yeah, this is just like, you shouldn't be talking to your clients like that.
No, you should not be talking to your clients like that. It's in any professional world. It's like if there's an issue, if I have an
And
issue.
why would you want to film with someone after they say all this to you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, those hurt me a lot.
And so that was kind of the first part of him quitting. And so any videos that I filmed with my mom had to be with like another videographer and editor. And I actually ended up going to Stagecoach with my mom, and we were like filming all that. So obviously Christian's not going to go for that, so I had to find someone else, and we filmed like the shopping videos and then the actual videos there and everything. And
Because he said he no longer wants to work with me.
yeah, and while someone's saying that about my mom, I don't really want to like film with them either. So it was just like weird. And my manager was just talking to him and speaking to him and all that. So I'm actually gonna bring him in here. Special guest.
Special guest, come on.
Come on, you're gonna explain this side of the story.
Explain your side.
Hi, how's it going?
Okay, so are you gonna explain all the text and everything?
Yeah, so I think the main reason why I'm here to like explain the text messages was because when Christian made his last video, he mentioned the only name that he mentioned besides using Nicolette's on the title and like in the video was my name, and he said that I fired him at 3 a.m.
Those things are both false. Once it's
Very, very false. After you guys read the text messages, you're gonna see that they're false. I have an issue because, you know, like they mentioned, like I own a business, there's other people involved. And so for someone to make a statement like that, that's very general for you guys to make assumptions that I fired him at 3 a.m. without giving any context of the story. Again, very unprofessional, something that, you know, that's why he made the video after, because I spoke to Christian. Christian and I actually had a lot of respect for each other, just like he said in his last Instagram live. We respect each other because I do not cross certain lines with my clients, and I keep things very professional. And with Christian, you know, he made that Instagram live to basically say like, don't send hate, you know, it wasn't what it is, and he wished that he could explain it more. So I'm here to explain it. I'm here to be super transparent, to show you guys the text messages that he wasn't fired at 3 a.m.
And he wasn't even fired, he quit.
He wasn't fired at 3 a.m. I was just trying to get clarity of the situation because, as Nina mentioned, you know, that whole thing went down with her manager, and as Nicolette's manager, I'm here to just bring the peace to make sure that we're running smoothly so that we're creating great content for you guys and we're keeping things going. So I'm just gonna pull up the text messages. I'm gonna read them. They're gonna be on the screen. But yeah, just to kind of go off of their timeline. So they went to Stagecoach to film. And I texted Christian and I said, hey, have you heard from Nicolette? Because, you know, when we already had videos scheduled, because as Christian said in his text, he's no longer going to film with Nina, but he's willing to film with her, with Nicolette. So there were some other videos that we were going to do that we had scheduled as well. And so there was, the words, "you are fired," never happened. Christian was just upset from having to put down that video. And so I'm going to go ahead and read.
Put down the video?
Sorry, take down the video of Nina.
The one of me,
That's really why he was upset.
Yeah.
No one did anything to him.
And I feel like
and
I feel like if that's your client, you should be like, oh yeah, okay, I'll take it down.
Correct.
And then he was saying he didn't have he was like, yeah, they just fired me and I don't know why. Like,
Christian, we talk a lot. We're always touching base. I would never leave you high and dry. You know me. You know that I would never do that to someone, and that's why I'm doing this, because again, you made certain statements that were very manipulative, and so that's why we're here. This is the last thing we want to be doing.
Yeah, literally, last thing we want to be doing.
We want to be creating fun content for you guys. We want to be having fun. This is supposed to be fun. So unfortunately, we're here, but sometimes you have to give the truth when someone's putting you in a bad light, and so that's simply what we're doing.
And you know what? We were silent for a long time because that was my choice. Because I said, let's deal with it in a classy way and let's just let it blow over so that it just all goes away, because we knew the truth. And when we were getting a lot of hate, like, you guys are bad people, he made you, and you guys threw him away, I said, only if you knew the proof we have. But I said, let it fizzle out. I told Nicolette we
Correct.
had a meeting. Let's let it go away. Let's just give great content on both our channels and have fun, because this is supposed to be fun. We're supposed to have fun and make you guys have fun. But then eventually it got to a point, I believe she already mentioned it, and you were mentioning it, where it's affecting people and their paychecks.
Correct.
People, there's teams of people who work for Nicolette, who work for me, and they're being affected.
And have other clients as well, and
have
those
other-
are being affected
Exactly.
over statements that were made that were not
That were-
correct, that
correct.
you know, weren't giving you guys the full truth. So you know, I like, again, have nothing to hide. So essentially I sent him a text on April 26th, and I said, hey, have you heard from Nicolette? Because again, I asked her to reach out to touch base on the videos. And I said, I know she has been busy with Stagecoach, but lately her mom has been wanting to film a lot with her, so it's been a little crazy, and we all need to talk to get on the same page, because Nicolette for sure still wants to do the awesomeness thing, and Nina does too. So just wondering your thoughts on that. And then after that, again, I've respected Christian, and
Yes.
I've, you know, even though he's messed up in his editing before, I know that he can do a great job. So after that, I said, I also have another influencer friend that is looking for an editor. Maybe someone on your team can help them out. Like, there is no beef here. There is no firing here. If anything, I'm bringing him more work.
You're very professional.
Like, if anything, I'm
Exactly.
bringing more work to Christian. And all I was saying is, let's get on the same page, because Awesomeness wanted to do a reality show with them as well. So I said, they're busy filming. Let's get on the same page when you get back. I sent him 2 question marks, and he said, I haven't heard from them. The communication is a joke. This whole family's a joke, just plain horrible. I built what they have now. If they didn't block my name from being used in the comments, they would see the hate. But all they did was still replacing me. Again, no one is replacing him.
And you
He
said,
asked
please hire
us-
another videographer
Again,
and
he
editor.
asked us out of respect if we can provide another editor, another videographer. So we had to take Nina's videographer. Luckily, we had that.
Right.
Because you guys, this is an operations and behind YouTube. This is not just something we appear and do. This is a business. There's a serious aspect to this.
Right.
So we
There's a
went
scheduled
and
timeline.
we had a schedule for them to go to Stagecoach. We found, you know, a videographer to go with them last minute, and so we, you know, no one's replacing him. No one's doing anything bad. He's putting himself as the victim again, and no one put him in that position but himself. So he's, again, not being replaced. We're doing what he asked.
And he only worked for us, like, he only did work for us the first half of the month, and I paid him for the second half of the month.
Correct. Like, we're honest
I paid him
people.
for the full month.
We're honest people
Yeah.
at the end of the day. There was an example in time where, you know, Christian was getting paid his amount, and then we were bringing in an editor, and
But still keeping in his,
you know,
but still keeping
yeah,
his
and
pay,
so we
and
were
cutting
kind
his work in half.
trying to discuss,
Yeah.
like, should we lower his pay since he's not going to be doing editing? And I said, I looked at Nicolette, I said, no, like, let's keep his pay. He's worked hard.
Right.
He's worked really hard with you guys with this brand.
Yeah.
Let's just keep his pay. And Christian knows that. That's why we respect each other. So I am just confused why he would make a video saying that I fired him at 3 a.m. I responded to him quitting at 1 a.m. Let's make that clear, 1 a.m. Okay, I'm a night owl. Get over it. So he said, right, I work long hours. Like, there's sometimes where I can't get back to you till 1 a.m. I'm sorry.
Correct.
So basically he said, by trying to replace me again. Anyways, that being said, I'm moving on officially. That's him quitting. And he's working on another awesomeness show. So I think in the video he mentioned that, like, he's looking for other jobs. He's creating another show with Awesomeness TV that was supposed to be with them, featured in them. They finally hit their goal of getting a reality show. And because of the one incident that happened, now he's replacing them with somebody else. Again, very unprofessional, because if he responded to my first text, I simply wanted to reconvene after Stagecoach and to everyone to sit on the same page. So you guys can read my long text messages. I was very long-winded, but essentially I said, hey, Christian, sorry for the late reply. It's been crazy. I want to apologize for how it was handled. I know that it's been a lot, and I really wish the outcome is different. It's really tough, as you know. With Nina, as you know, you guys were closer to her. Like, you guys had a relationship that I respected. Like, there's a point where there's certain lines that I cannot cross, and I mentioned that as well. And the other line that I cannot cross is between a mother and a daughter. That's something that I mentioned as well. Like, if there's disagreements happening, you know, as somebody that's getting paid from the Grays, there's a line that I have to respect. And I can't cross a line and try to divide a family. I can't do that and put a minor in a situation where she has to pick production team.
Yeah,
over,
like it was
over
always
a
like monkey in the
parent.
middle, and then I was
Yeah,
like, do I just like film with Christian to make the
Yeah.
followers happy and
Yeah.
not get hate comments about it,
Exactly.
or film with my mom where I actually
Or
want to
keep
film?
fighting with your mom about
Yeah.
that. So I mentioned, I said, Nicolette is a minor, and that is a line I can't even cross. It's tough and sad because Nicolette's such a good person, and as you know, she brought you back, even willing to turn her back on her own mother. I mean, there were times where Nicolette was like, no, my channel has to survive. I want to keep my followers happy, even though my mom is like, be careful, be careful. And then, you know, I said, I'm not saying what happened is right, but what I'm saying is not right to put all the blame on Nicolette and take out your frustrations on a minor. Again, you guys could read these text messages. I said, trust me, she respects you a lot. I apologize for how things went down, and I agree, it wasn't professional. It wasn't professional on both ends, to be honest. Like, I think mainly on his end, but I'm obviously saying that because I am a professional person. I want him to feel that, like, hey, like mutually, like we're good. Let's move on, because
It was just
you never
a
know
whole
when
messy
you never know
situation,
when
yeah.
you're gonna cross bridges, like
Right.
again. So I like to end things in a positive way.
Right.
I said we have nothing but appreciation for you and everything that you did. You are so talented. Again, he has officially quit at this point. This is his second time. So I
And what time
send
is
my
this?
goodbyes.
Not 3 a.m., correct?
It's 1 a.m. 1:39.
But I don't see any text in there that you said you fired him.
No, he was never fired. I wanted to set up a meeting when he got back. He's mad. He's done. He's over it. So
Yeah.
and again, I have to respect his feelings.
Of
I have
course.
to respect, you know, if he wants to quit or he doesn't want to work with them because he feels like he's in a hostile environment, then I have to respect that and let him go. I can't beg him. I can't
Yeah,
force
and
him
that's
to come
fine,
back.
'cause, like-
I have to respect. I respect everybody's wishes, and that's my job as a manager, to make sure that, you know, we're keeping a positive environment around a minor. We're dealing with a minor here.
Yeah.
So that's my side of the story. I just needed to clear that up for you guys. I know that was long-winded. You can literally like just read my text and like just go forward if you don't want to hear my voice. But at the end of the day, I am not going to be in these videos. It's like, hopefully you won't see me again. At the end of the day,
Jonathan.
like I just want my clients to be happy, and I just want them to create amazing content for you guys. So
Yes.
that is all I'm gonna say. And
Thank you,
guys
Jonathan.
for giving me the
Yeah, thank you
opportunity
for
to
coming
clear
in.
this.
No, I'm
So,
glad you did. Thank you,
yeah,
Jonathan.
thank you guys.
And then after all of that, basically Christian came out with his video, and then he ended up sending my mom this text message from a random number, because did you block his number or something?
No. Oh, and by the way, one other thing, Christian blocked me on Instagram. I never stopped following him. All of a sudden, a supporter had DM'd me like, why'd you stop following Christian? And I look and he blocked me. So I was never in that. Even when he said, I don't want to film with Nina, I don't have a problem. Like,
Yeah, and
I'll
that
be
was just like
professional about
awkward
it.
for me to like film with him when like he blocked my mom on Instagram. It's just like weird.
Yeah, so he blocked me. I never had anything to do with that.
And then after all of that happened with the text with Jonathan, Christian ended up posting this video, and it was just, in the video he was just saying that he got fired at 3 a.m. and he doesn't know why he's fired, and just a bunch of lies basically, and just trying to manipulate the audience.
That
And
was a
then-
very manipulative video.
And then he ended up sending this text to my mom from a random number.
Yeah, exactly. So I get this text from, again, a number I don't recognize, and it said that this was I think the next day, right?
And it was the night that he posted the video.
Oh, okay. It was the night that he posted the video. I'm sure you're making a video because you're very petty and can't accept the fact that what you did to me by trying to convince your daughter to replace me for no reason was horrible. You just can't accept the fact that you're a horrible woman, and that when you are done with someone, you discard them when you feel they provide no value. That's why you have a new BF every year. Also, I have a question. I have all the footage of you talking about how you allow underage drinking in your house. I have the footage of you telling Nicolette how you should record your manager kissing you so you can claim #MeToo. I have all the footage about how you cheat on your boyfriend. Do you want me to send the footage to you so you can include that in your video? What should I do with all this footage I have on my hard drive? But if you don't need it and decide not to make a video, I can just delete all of it. I don't know. Let me know what you want me to do.
That's literally like a threat.
That's a threatening text message. You can actually get a restraining order against people for things like this. So let me tell you guys this whole thing. And I read it out loud because I don't have a problem with any of
We
that.
don't have anything to hide.
We have nothing to hide. To address what he said in the text that he's got footage of me allowing underage drinking. I was raised very European. My parents gave me a glass of champagne at 15. This is what I've always said to Nicolette. is if we're having a dinner at home, I'm having a glass of wine, and if you'd like to have one, that's okay. It's a special occasion in the house with your mom. So I can allow my daughter to have a glass of wine with me.
And I don't even anyways, so.
She says it bloats. The second thing about my manager, there's been nothing inappropriate with my manager. Why would what am I gonna do? A Me Too movement? What? Again, go ahead. Whatever you want to expose, you're more than welcome to, because I have nothing to hide. The other thing is, no, let me address the changing a new boyfriend every year. I'm sorry, last time I checked, I'm an independent woman, and I can make any decision I want. I'm not married, there's no ring on my finger, so I can rotate boyfriends as often as I want. Why is it that men can do whatever they want, but us women are looked down upon if we're the powerful ones, and if I decide to get a new boyfriend every year? Again, am I doing wrong? I don't think so. So that's set to that. The other thing is, you saying that I cheat on my BF. I don't cheat on the person that I'm dating. And again, that's none of anyone's business what I decide to do. Again, just to let you guys know, I have made it very clear from day one. I'm strong, I'm confident, I'm a powerful woman. And I'm trying to raise these 2 kids to be that. So if you want to filter a boyfriend every year, you can. If you want to do whatever you want to do, you can, because you make your own money, you make your own decisions. Why are women looked down upon by people like Christian if they want to have all that independence? I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just living my life, and I'm choosing to live it that way. So if you want to expose any of it, you're more than welcome to. And that's my take on that text. But that's a bullying text message.
And I literally have an NDA that he signed, so he can't even be saying anything, but...
And now you guys know that if any of those videos do leak, if he does have anything on it, that...
Because he didn't give me any of my hard drives, any of my cameras, or anything.
No, he still has all of them. I mean, I don't know if you want your hard drives. I don't want the camera. He can have it.
I'd like them back, but I don't like...
I paid for everything. Remember at the beginning when we started? But this is the thing. When you sign an NDA, if you release anything about the people you signed the NDA about, there's a big lawsuit that can happen. That's why in his video, the only name he mentioned was Jonathan's name. And when he's talked about that, because he signed an NDA for the family.
Yeah, and Jonathan's covered in the NDA because he's under my ink.
All of us are covered under your NDA because this is for your channel that we're working with. You know what? What really upsets me is that we welcomed him in our family. He was family, and then he turns around and threatens like this. Like, why? How can you do that?
Yeah.
So you were never really our family. You were just here for a paycheck. That's how I feel. Because I would never threaten family or friends or anybody for that matter.
And you shouldn't even threaten your clients like that, period.
So
like,
who's ever gonna want to work with you?
Yeah, literally. If you're gonna work with him in the future, like, and you're watching this, like, watch out.
Yeah, this is because
he's not gonna listen to his NDA.
He's not gonna listen to the NDA, and this is so unprofessional. You just don't do this. You don't do this to clients, to family, to friends, to anybody. You just don't do this. Very unprofessional. And to send it from an unknown number, even though I didn't block his number, so that his name wouldn't show up if I do leak this. And you guys, we have many, many more things that we have on Christian. Many. But you know what? Everybody makes mistakes. So we're just
we're not those people to cross those lines.
Yeah, there's some
we
lines.
We didn't want to cross this line of saying all this stuff, but we literally had to at this point.
We had to. I stood there in my bedroom and I was talking to Nicolette and she was like, I need to explain it to my supporters. And I said, no, we do not do this. We do not like dish out tea. You know, we just move on. But it got to a point that we were getting hate for nothing that we did. So I said, at that point, I texted Nicolette.
Yeah, it was affecting people around us.
And it was affecting everybody. So we had to talk. But we're not those types of people. But we have a lot on him. But we're just going to leave it at that.
So this is the end of the video. I'm gonna end this off here, and from now on I just want to focus on like good content. I'm sorry we had to make this video.
Yeah.
And yeah, but hopefully like this is just out of the way now and we can move on to other stuff. And
exactly.
We just want to have fun with the videos. And I know you guys have been asking about the giveaway winner for my merch contest. Ooh. And I actually chose the winner. We're gonna email them today and I'm gonna announce them in the next video once I get in contact with them, and then we're gonna basically fly them out and everything. And yeah, I know it's late, but it's been like a hectic 2 weeks.
You think?
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be announcing that in the next video, and I love you guys so much, and I'm so sorry for all of this drama. And thank you to everyone who's been supporting us even through all of this.
We love all of you.
Yeah, we love all of you guys so much.
And we hope this was informative for everybody. And really, when we say we love you from the bottom of our heart. And
it made us feel terrible that you guys were like, we feel like you're not like telling us. Like, we feel like you're hiding stuff from us. Like, no, we're not. We just didn't want to have to do this.
We just didn't want to have to do this.
But I'll see you guys in my next video.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye. We love you guys.